Let me tell you what I know. A broken woman doesn't always look broken. See, because she learns how to cover and conceal her wounds when she's in public, and she learns how to quiet her pain when she's in private. I've also discovered, though, that the women who appear to be the most confident, the women that appear to be the most successful, especially the ones that are the most beautiful, oh, and catch this, the ones that are the most fashionable on the outside, 9 times out of 10, they are also the most broken on the inside. I know what I'm talking about. What is a broken woman, Pastor? Catch my definition. It's a woman whose spirit has been broken by the blunt force trauma of life, losses, and the misrepresentation of love. Hey, welcome everybody to the first episode of For Her. I promised you guys a couple of months ago that I would do this after many of you requested and stated that you would support it faithfully and financially if I would commit to an offshoot of ministry specifically dedicated to women. I've been doing women ministry for the last 20 years, ministering to women, teaching women, and today I'm deciding to really commit to it in a whole new way. Now, while this is important, it's because all of our videos are going to be posted on our channel, our YouTube channel, which we are setting up today, where you'll have access to everything that we produce specifically for women. That means that most of our content will not initially be launched on Facebook like it is with my other things that I do on social media. Why am I telling you this? Because it's important that you subscribe, so that you don't miss anything, because this is going to be the place to be. You want to subscribe, you want to hit the notification bell on our YouTube channel so that you get it live, get it fresh, get it hot right off the presses. For Her is going to be powerful. And just so you know, HER is an acronym. It stands for her healing, her empowerment, and her restoration. And this commitment is specifically designed to empower, encourage, and facilitate healing for women. Women receive so much negative badgering, especially on social media, that I wanted to be a contributor of something positive, something you could count on consistently to help you really be strong, be wise in every area of life. We'll talk about relationships. We'll talk about finance. We'll talk about your health. We're certainly going to talk about your spiritual growth and development. We're going to cover the entire gamut, but we're going to fine tune it and look at it as it relates to women. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to have you join me, and I hope that you're excited as well for this endeavor that we're calling it For Her. And do I have a powerful, exciting topic for you for episode number 1. Today's date happens to be May the 23rd, 2022. We're finally doing it, guys. And here's the question I want to ask you today. And I need you to pay attention because this one's going to get a little sticky icky, but it's going to help you. Are you being conned by convenience? That's the question. That's the question we want to ponder today. You, my sister, my queen. Are you being conned by convenience? Now, you might say, Pastor Troy, what in the world are you talking about? Am I being conned by convenience? Well, first of all, I want you to know what it means to be conned. To be conned means to be tricked, means to be duped, means to be deceived. And oftentimes, we are those things with our own voluntary involvement. And that's what really motivates me to step out here today and really look at this subject, because I want to talk to you from a man's perspective. I want to do something that men sometimes hate that men do, and that is give you the game. Say, Pastor, why are you always trying to give women the game? Well, number one, because my mother plays a very dear role in my life. She has a very special place in my heart. I love my father. There's nothing, no shade being thrown on him when I tell you that I'm somebody who loves their mom at a deep, deep level. I used to call myself a mama's boy. That's why I'm hesitating, but I'm too old to be a boy. So I'm now calling myself a mama's man. But that's no shade on my dad. I love my dad tremendously. That being said, he too understands that my mother just has a special place in my heart. And she taught me a lot about women. She taught me a lot about life. She taught me a lot about being a man. And I want to use much of what she taught me in conjunction with much of what I've learned myself as a father of two beautiful adult daughters, as a husband of a beautiful, amazing wife, for 35 years this December, the 19th, 2022, celebrating 35 years of marriage, 37 years of being together. I've learned a lot about women, and here's the truth, guys. I'm still learning a lot about women. Why? Because women are just unique, and God made sure that they would never, ever be something that we could master the knowledge of. But oftentimes, I've found that women sometimes are their own worst enemy. I want to teach you through this journey of feminine transformation, female transformation. I want to encourage you to become your own best friend. And that starts with really asking yourself this question. Am I being conned by being a convenience? Yeah. See, here's what I want you to know. If you are, I want to give you the truth about it. What I mean by being convenient is you're making yourself convenient for a man who's not making himself convenient for you. Let's just lay it out there. You're making yourself openly available for a man who won't commit, a man who won't lock it down, like we like to say. He won't put a ring on your finger. He won't have you be his wife, his exclusive love partner. You are a relationship that is stamped convenient in his mind, by his actions, by his behavior. And I encourage women to oftentimes take back the power that you've given away, that you probably should have never given to who you've given it to. You know you've given power to the wrong person when they don't appreciate it, when they abuse it, or when they misuse it. So the question is, ladies, are you being conned by being a convenience? Now, I want to tell you this for those of you that are, and I know why you do it. I know why women will allow themselves, because you guys are smart. We know this. But I know sometimes you will allow yourself to be a convenience because you're hoping it's going to matriculate into a commitment. And here's what I want to bless you with today. Nothing but the absolute truth. Please love me for this. Convenience is a long shot to commitment. Whoa. What'd you say, Pastor Troy? You heard me. Convenience is a long shot to commitment. And listen, I want to be honest with you. Don't be inspired by those rare exceptions to the rule. Because the moment I say convenience is a long shot to commitment, I'm sure somebody popped up in your mind who allowed themselves to be some guy's convenience. And that guy ultimately asked her to marry him. He ultimately committed. And listen, that does happen. But when I tell you it is rare, it is extremely rare, and take it from a man. I'm being honest with you. You're wasting a lot of time waiting on that to be your reality, because it is a rare exception that does not happen very, very often. You've got a greater chance of winning the lottery than you finding that man that you're going to make yourself a convenience for however many years it may take for him to be openly honest with you and for you to really see him for who he is. Think about the years that you would waste in a relationship like that. Some of you have got to think about the years you've wasted in relationships like that. So do not be inspired by the rare exception to the rule. I stand on this rule. I stand on this truth that convenience is a long shot. Somebody say it's a long shot. And here's what you need to know about men from a man. A man who refuses to commit is not the man you want to make yourself a convenience for. Can I get an amen somewhere out there? I'm going to say that again because that's rich. The man who refuses to commit. He's not the kind of man that's, number one, even worthy of you being a convenience for. And he's definitely not the kind of man you want to make yourself a convenience for. Why? Because you're precious. You're priceless. And God did not create you to be a one-way street. Woo, that's good. I got a clap on that right there. Let me give myself a clap. Can I give myself a clap on that one? Yeah, that was good. I'm going to say it again. God did not create you, sisters, beautiful queens. God did not create you to be a one-way street. And basically, that's really what you being a convenience for him is. It's you being a one-way street. And I want to just encourage you. I want to build you up through this endeavor called For Her. Don't let your convenience make you believe that one day he's going to wake up and he's going to realize that you're the one that he really wants. Don't do that to yourself. And I'll tell you, he wants you. He wants you for his convenience. He wants you to be readily available at his beck and call, but you have certain times that you can and cannot call. You aren't able to be the only woman in his life. And sometimes you're in relationships where you have to be a secret. You have to be a secret because he doesn't want it to be known that he's with you. And let me tell you something, ladies, that's really not love. That's not love. Now, you might convince yourself that it's love, or you may con yourself into thinking it's love. But that's why I'm here, to shine some light, to tell the truth, to empower you, to love yourself enough to say, you know what? I don't want to be a convenience anymore. I want to be more than that because that's the way I was designed. That's the way God made me, to be more than just a convenience. So I'm encouraging you today to ask yourself this question. Are you being conned by being somebody's convenience? And if you are, here's the word of the day as I get ready to close. Don't be conned by someone who uses you as a convenience. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow sometimes because we fall in love, we grow attached. I tell people don't fall in love because you can get hurt when you fall. But we do. We fall in love, we get attached, and we're hoping that that individual will recognize our value and our worth. How long do you have to be a convenience to be convinced that you're dealing with a con artist? Woo, that's another clapper moment right there. How long? And that's a personal question. How long do you have to be a convenience before you're convinced that you're dealing with a con artist who's conning you of your time? He's conning you out of your emotions. He's conning you, some of you, out of your body. He's conning you for everything he can get from you. But the question is, what are you getting from him? And if you say, hey, I'm getting some eggplant, if that's all you're getting, sis, you're getting cheated. Because at some point, you're going to realize that there's more to life than that. At some point, hopefully you'll realize, I deserve more than that. God knows I want more than that. Well, when you want more, you have to demand more. And when you demand more, you have to recognize individuals that are treating you like you're a convenience store. Woo! And not like the queen that you really are. Oh my God, that's good teaching right there. Can I tell you something? In the real world, convenience stores and the products in those stores, and you know this, they actually cost more, not less. Oh, that's good teaching right there. Let me say it again because I really need you to catch this. In the real world, convenience stores and the items that are in those stores, they cost more, not less. And you know that if you've ever purchased anything from within a convenience store, the markup is crazy, man. The markup sometimes is twice as much, sometimes 3 times as much as you could get at a larger retailer. Why? Because you are paying, catch this, sisters, you are paying for convenience. Now, if a convenience store has enough sense to charge people more for the convenience, and catch this, and people are willing to pay more for the convenience, then don't you think that you deserve better than that? Don't you think that in the relationship world, You should never be comfortable being somebody's convenience. Well, I do. Because you're not some gas station on a corner. No, Queens, you're not some gas station on a corner readily available for anybody to pull into and get what they need and then dash off and leave you right there on the corner. That's not who God made you to be. God made you to be a queen. God made you to be a queen, even if no man recognizes that you're a queen. See, your queendom is not relegated to the recognition of a king or a wannabe. Nope. You have to wake up every day owning the truth that I am a queen, that I am royalty, that I am somebody that's worthy of being loved, valued, and appreciated. And I'm not some convenience store on the corner. So the question is, as I get ready to close, are you being conned by convenience? If the answer is yes, I want you to make some decisions right now. Decisions to protect your heart. Decisions to put a fence around your life. Make the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to demand more, command more, expect more, because I know that I deserve more. I've been saying for years that people treat you the way that you allow them to treat you. And maybe it's time for you to raise the level of expectation and the level of acceptance for what it takes to be in your life, to be a part of your life, because you no longer want to be a convenience. You want to be what God called you to be. And that is what? A queen. That is what? Someone that's priceless. That is what? Somebody that's worthy of the absolute best. Well, hey, this is Pastor Troy Wynn Sr. with episode number 1 of For Her. And remember, HER is an acronym. Stands for healing, stands for empowerment, and it stands for restoration. We've begun the journey today. And in every one of those areas, I declare that you are going to be made whole. You're going to be healed. You're going to be empowered. You're going to be strengthened. And you're going to be the beautiful woman that God created you to be. If this has blessed you, why don't you share this with several other women in your circle and click the link to make a financial contribution to support this initiative. Because let me tell you something, this is going to be the place to be for healing, for empowerment, and restoration. Have a blessed day.
Let me tell you what I know. A broken woman doesn't always look broken. See, because she learns how to cover and conceal her wounds when she's in public, and she learns how to quiet her pain when she's in private. I've also discovered, though, that the women who appear to be the most confident, the women that appear to be the most successful, especially the ones that are the most beautiful, oh, and catch this, the ones that are the most fashionable on the outside, 9 times out of 10, they are also the most broken on the inside. I know what I'm talking about. What is a broken woman, Pastor? Catch my definition. It's a woman whose spirit has been broken by the blunt force trauma of life, losses, and the misrepresentation of love.